skin trade movie. First of all, could you please say hi, say hello to your Thai fan?
Hey, Thailand. This is Dolph Lundgren. I'm here in Bangkok and talking about Skin Trade, my new picture. It's coming out next year.
How did you connect to this movie? Why you choose to star in this movie, Skin Trade?
Well, I wrote the script, and about 7 years ago I read a story about some girls that are being trafficked in Mexico to the United States. And there was a similar story about some girls in Thailand who were being trafficked, I think, to Cambodia. And the girls were left in a van, and because of the heat, they all died, were suffocated. So I read the story, and I thought it's kind of something about this that's kind of moved me, and felt that it was a story that should be told. So it took me a long time to come up with the characters, the American cop, the Thai cop. They both work in the same case, and then they end up working together. So it's been about 7 years since I started the first script. Yeah. Well, look, they're both great guys. Whether you're Thai or American or Swedish, everybody's different. But Ekachai is a very talented director. He's really helped a lot on the script. He's helped with the performances, and I think it was also really good for Tony Jaa. Because Tony Jaa, who's done a lot of martial arts movies, he has a really dramatic role here. It's a very demanding role, and because Ekachai also speaks Thai and English, then he could talk to Tony Jaa, and he helped all the actors do really good work in this picture.
Have you watched Tony Jaa?
Yeah, I've seen him in a bunch of movies, Ong Bak and Protector and Ton Yam Kung, right? And I've seen a lot of his training videos. I mean, before we shot this picture. But I think this movie is a little different because a lot of his other stuff has been larger than life, whereas here he plays a regular guy, a cop, a detective who's investigating something. And I think you see his human qualities better than than people have seen before.
In person, working with Tony Jaa, is he different from what you've seen in the film? Any impressive experience with him, working with him?
Well, he is a bit like in the movies, he's charming, and he has a lot of physical ability. He can kick and jump. He does all his stunts himself. But I think he has a very human side, a very sweet side too, like a more emotional side that sometimes you don't see in the movies, It's the same with my character too, because I also play a family man in this film, and a guy who has a daughter, a wife, and he's more of a regular guy than in some other movies that I've done, where it's larger than life and it's more like a superhero. These people aren't superheroes; they're regular people trying to help other people.
You saw that many Hollywood actors, when working with Tony Jaa, they like to practice martial art with him. How about you?
Yeah, well, we practice for our fight scenes a lot, that took weeks and weeks. So I did train with him, training for the fight scene. It was interesting because he has good ideas and he contributes to the fight a lot. And obviously, when you fight each other for 3 or 4 days, all all day. It's hot and you're struggling and you're fighting each other. You become closer. You form more of a bond.
About the director, any different styles of working?
Not really. I think that directors are all different. And everybody has their own style. With Ekachai, he's done a lot of theater and opera. And he did a show about Muay Thai in Bangkok, a stage show. So he has a lot of ideas about the physical staging. Like, I didn't expect him to be very active in the fights, because you don't think of him as a guy who directs fights, but he was very good in designing the different fights, to give the fights, beginning, middle, and an end, not just mindless action, kick, punch, but it has some levels in it, and he was very good with that.
About your character in Skin Trade, any difficulty for you, or any experience that you want to share?
Well, the difficulty is that it's a very serious subject matter, because in a movie, my character loses his family. So then he has to, he saved these other girls. So anytime he sees one of these young girls, he thinks of his own daughter. So I used my own daughters. I have two. One is 12, one is 18. I used them a lot in those scenes. And obviously, to make it authentic and real, you have to access some real emotion, And it's exhausting, because pretty much every day, there was some scene where I had to get really emotional. That was the most difficult part, to feel like I was really there, authentically, not acting, but being real. And that was the biggest challenge in this picture for me.
Please tell the audience why they should not miss this movie, Skin Trade.
Well, I think first of all, Skin Trade is an action picture, and it's got some great action scenes with me and Tony and Michael J. White and Ron Perlman and Selena Jade. And I think you see, you get to know about a topic that's becoming quite hot now, which is human trafficking, which is the third biggest crime in the world. The biggest one is drugs, guns, and number 3 is human trafficking. So I think it has emotion, it has some humor, it has character, it has a lot of action, and it shows off Thailand in a very cool way.
From Skin Trade, could you please update us about other projects?
Well, right now, after Bangkok, I go to Cannes for the Cannes Film Festival, where this film called Expendables 3 is being screened, and there's a big party. And Expendables is a big franchise where this movie is more, Skin Trade is more important to me because I wrote it, produced it, but Expendables 3 is coming out this fall. It's a big action movie. I got a book coming out this September in America. It's a fitness book about why I started training and how, when I was a kid, martial arts kind of saved my life. You can read about that. And then I'm working on a couple of other scripts that I'm writing, and also trying to produce some other movies.
Expendables, very popular in Thailand, and many fans want to know, working with many action stars, how do you feel, and any actor that you connected closely?
Yeah, well, look, it's a very special project because there are all of these big names all in one movie. We have the original Expendables, Stallone, Statham, Jet Li, myself, Randy Couture, Terry Crews, and then we have Mel Gibson, Wesley Snipes, Antonio Banderas, Harrison Ford. So we have a big new group now, Arnold Schwarzenegger. So it feels kind of unreal when you're with all of these guys. It feels a bit bizarre, like hard to believe that everybody's in one helicopter, you know. But I mean, you get to know certain people better than others. Like I like Stallone because I've worked with him. This is my 4th movie with him. Then I like, Wesley Snipes. I like a lot. I know him. Arnold, I know from before, from training. So there's certainly it's a very special project, and I feel I'm lucky to be part of it.